Hello.
Hello.
Right, speaking of classic books, this book was written in 1906, first published, by two brothers who used to do editorials of editorials. So they would read widely through different newspapers and analyse the usage of English by official and professional users of English. So this is called the King's English. So you might wonder which king. It was King Edward VI. Right? Lots of interest there, I guess. But anyway, so I have been teaching English for over 12 years now, and when I moved into business English level, I studied teaching English to speakers of other languages. And just by chance I found this book in a box. It was like Pyakoen. And I thought, oh, that looks interesting. And the way they use English is so different from the way I use English, but it's still completely understandable to me. So I would just like to read an excerpt from the book, if you will indulge me. Right. Comparatives and superlatives. The chief point that requires mention is ill treatment of the more. In the phrase, the is not an article, but an adverb, either relative or demonstrative. In the more the merrier, it is first relative and then demonstrative. By how much we are more, by so much we shall be merrier. When the relative the is used, it should always be answered regularly by, or itself answer, the demonstrative the. Attempts to vary the formula are generally unhappy. So the way the language usage has changed is quite remarkable. For instance, even today, where so many native speakers of English make such basic errors all the time. The, than and then. English is such an audio-based language. People tend to hear and then write what they have heard without thinking. So, hotter than Osaka. Many native speakers will write the comparative of than instead of the then, or is it the other way around? So the intricacies, the details, and the complexity of knowing about English, the language, its history, how it is evolving and changing, form part of my passion for this basic communication. Learning Japanese opened my perceptions up to such a different style of not just communication, but interactions, and also how a language is constructed and considered by the people who use it. People's attitudes are formulated by how they conceptualize their own feelings. So how we think about how to express our feelings is changed by the language structure we use. So I noticed that in Japanese, I tend to use a very old style Osaka Ben samurai style of communication because it matches my personality more. It's a bit rough, it's a bit direct, it's a bit uncultured. I quite enjoy that. Can you tell? And as an aside point, with different languages, like in Japanese we have kokugo. In French they have, what's it called again?
National or something.
It's called the Institute of French. So But in English, we don't have a central organisation to tell us how the language should be used. And so it is still changing, and it is still evolving, and it is still growing. So that's what I like about it.